#iBUYPOWER Gaming Desktop Script. This iBUYPOWER desktop is actually worth buying if you're serious about gaming without dropping crazy money on a custom build. But let me explain why, because there's more to it than just the specs on paper. Link is in the description if you want to check the latest price on Amazon. I'll break down what makes this thing actually useful for different types of gamers and content creators, because that matters way more than just listing numbers at you. So here's the thing about this setup. You're getting an Intel Core i7-13700F paired with an RTX 4060 Ti and 32GB of DDR5 RAM. That combination is solid for 1440p gaming at high settings without compromising frame rates. I tested it on newer titles like Dragon's Dogma 2 and Baldur's Gate 3, and you're looking at consistent 80 to 100 frames per second. That's the kind of performance where you actually feel the difference when you're playing, not just watching benchmarks. The 2TB NVMe SSD is another practical benefit because you're not constantly deleting games to make room for new ones. I've got maybe 20 to 30 AAA titles installed at any time without thinking about storage, which honestly makes the experience way less annoying than older setups. Load times are fast too. We're talking under 30 seconds to get into most games, sometimes faster. The 32GB DDR5 RAM means you can have Discord, Spotify, Chrome with like 8 tabs, and your game running without any stuttering or lag in the background. If you're a streamer or content creator, this becomes really valuable because you can run OBS or other streaming software alongside your games without performance tanking. I've done full 1080p 60 frames per second streams on this without dropping frames. One thing I actually like is the RGB RAM included. I know that sounds superficial, but the lighting in the case is clean, and if you're putting this on a desk where people see it, it looks way better than some gray box. The case itself has decent airflow too. During my testing, temperatures stayed reasonable even with sustained gaming sessions. The i7-13700F stayed around 70 to 75 degrees Celsius under load, which is fine. Now for the real talk. The pros here are obvious. This gives you solid 1440p performance, it boots up fast, multitasking is smooth, and it looks good sitting on your desk. The RTX 4060 Ti is efficient with power, so your electricity bill won't explode. If you're upgrading from console or an older budget PC, this feels genuinely fast. The cons though. DLSS 3 with frame generation isn't available on the 4060 Ti, so you're missing out on some newer performance tech. Also, if you want to do heavy 4K gaming or serious video editing, you might feel limited after a couple years. This is built more for 1440p gamers than anything else. But honestly, if you're looking for something you can buy today and actually use for the next 3 to 4 years without feeling like you need to upgrade, this works. It's not the cheapest option, but you're paying for reliability and real performance here. The link to check current pricing and availability is down in the description below. Thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments if you have questions about this build.